I just wanted to share this easy bread recipe that we learned after my husband's aunt came and visited us. She made it every night for dinner. It was so good and so easy. So here we go. The ingredients we're going to be using for this bread is bread flour, avocado oil, instant yeast, and salt. All right, first off, we use a kitchen scale and I set it to grams. And we're gonna put 500 grams of bread flour. And I'm literally, since I'm weighing it, I'm not using a scoop or anything or a spoon. There we go. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to zero out my scale, and then I'm gonna put 7 grams of yeast, but I'm gonna kind of put it on the left side because I don't want the yeast and the salt to touch right now. So 7 grams of yeast. And then we're gonna do 10 grams, of salt. All right, so next we're gonna put 40 grams of oil. Okay, and the last step is actually water, which I forgot to mention earlier. 280 grams of water. Okay, so that's most of the measuring we need to do. I'm gonna take the scale away. I just kind of use my fingers to swish it around at first. And it's gonna get to a point, it feels like there's not enough water in it. It's not soaking up all, you can see there's still a ton of flour down there. So I do wanna add a little bit more water. And I'm gonna add about 60 more grams. And I'm just trying to get it to soak up all this flour in this bowl. Now you can kind of see it's like a ball. It's a dough ball and there's no flour left. So at this point, it's ready for me to knead it. Set this over here. I'm gonna put some flour on this. And there we go. Now we're gonna knead it. But I'm gonna add a little bit more flour now because it's very sticky. And I'm gonna take a second to actually wash my hands. And just put a tiny little bit of oil on my hands. I'm also gonna put a tiny bit of flour there. All right. Now we just basically wanna get this good to mix. And every time I feel like it's starting to get sticky, I just add a little bit more flour. Kicks off the process with the yeast. All right, and then once this is nice and solid, it kind of has this, it's not sticky anymore to the touch, nothing's coming off on my hands. So we're gonna put it back in this bowl, and then I just cover it with like a kitchen towel. Kind of put it in a warm spot in your kitchen, and I usually put it by the window over here. And then I'm gonna wait till it triples in size. And then once that happens, we'll go to the next step.
1 hour later.
So an hour has passed, and as you can see, the sun has set. So we're gonna go ahead and dump it out here, and then we're gonna go ahead and knead it one more time. Use some flour. So we're basically doing the exact same thing we just did. When we bake it, we're gonna put a little bit of water in a pan underneath to keep it from getting too dried out. Take this pan, or you could take a loaf pan, however you wanna do it. Set it here, cover it with this towel, and then we're just gonna let it sit and double in size for an hour.
1 hour later.
So let's see, it's pretty much doubled in size. So I wanna go ahead and get it in the oven. So I'm gonna just put like 4 slits in it to give it some room to open up in the oven. And then I'm gonna spritz it with a little bit of water, a little bit of flour, and into the oven it goes for 30 minutes, starting at 425, the last 10 minutes at 400. So let's see how it goes. All right, it's done. All All right, let's cut into it. You can see what it looks like. Ooh, look at the steam. There we go. I hope this helps you realize how easy it is to make homemade bread. It really only took me about 20-25 minutes of hands-on time, and this bread is so good. It is great paired with spaghetti for dinner or even just some avocado toast in the morning. Our family loves it. Thanks for watching.